Hey, I had a shirt that I wrecked previously, so I'm using that as a demo for how to create a new graphic to put on the front of any shirt. So what you're going to see me do here is figure out the area I want to cover on the shirt. So I've selected an image that I'm using as a base point. You're not going to be able to take exactly a picture and copy it because that could create copyright issues, but anything that you either design yourself or you find yourself a piece that's an inspiration and then you adapt it to your own use. So you're going to want to make sure it's the right size and placement if you are covering up something on your shirt like an old logo or if you've got rips or stains or whatever. So first I'm creating the outline of my drawing. I've done it on the back side of the fabric. That's because I'm going to do a nice line in Sharpie once I've got that basic outline of my picture, but I didn't want a black outline on the front. So what I'm going to end up doing is I get the basic of my design and then I'm going to turn it over and use a light table where I can get the image in the colors that I want. So you could do this a number of different ways. You could use a window if you don't have a light table. You could just do a line drawing. You could do grayscale shading, or you could do what I'm doing here. I'm going to end up putting in a lot of color. So depending on if you're using a specific kind of fabric marker, you're going to want to look at what the box says to do with it. I had to iron mine to set the color. So then I want to make sure when I'm pinning it, and also when you use your markers, you might want to see that you have a piece of cardboard or something in the back so the colors don't bleed through, and the cardboard also helps when you're putting the pins in so you don't end up pinning through both layers of the fabric. And then check the fit to make sure that the alignment is and the placement is good. Then you're going to want to stitch. I used threads that matched the colors of the markers that I used, so you could use thread that's either contrasting or blends in, that's up to you. The reason you don't see my pins in there is because the first set of stitching I did, I obscured the video entirely with the back of my head, so I'm actually going over this another time to show you. And that's also creating a little bit of texture. And so you're going to go through, do all your stitching, tie up your threads, cut around the fabric that you don't need, and then you are probably done. So it's at this point that I realize this shirt is hilariously phallic and I can never wear it. It's possible I made a grave and hilarious mistake with this shirt. And now I gotta figure out how to fix it, of course. Solve a problem, make a new one, solve a problem, make a new one. That's kind of my game. I think truncate this, kind of make it look like a cut stock. So that's my strategy. I might need to acknowledge that I'm not a talented enough drawer to pull that off, especially when I have these like dark bits that come down the side there and I need room for stitching, and I don't really know if I love the way that looks. The other alternative here is to just get rid of that part entirely, take it cleanly up there, and then stitch some green thread along the bottom so it looks like it's got grass underneath it. Kind of like how I did with this other sweater I made where I added parts of a patterned fabric that I liked, and then put this green stitching here near the bottom to kind of look like grass. So here's what I did with the stitching. I'm going to add some brown here along the bottom to make it look like earth, and then I'm going to cut that off, and hopefully that's going to give me a satisfying result. Anyways, I'm not into ironic pianist shirt. That's the coffee maker. My husband thought this was the best idea. You just make a little pocket and tuck this up, and then you can extend it when you want to. For saving the shirt, I saved that I didn't save, that I'm now going to save. If I cut this off, there's no turning back. Also, do you like my new very temporary red hair?